What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Nikki, and I am back. And y'all, I wasn't even finna do no video. I wanted to, but I didn't really have much to say. And, I guess they do say when you listen to God and you continue to seek, you will find. And when I tell y'all, I found something. I um I was actually about to go to sleep. It's actually currently 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm about to go to sleep. And I'm strolling on Instagram. Hopefully, it'll, make me fall asleep. So I'm strolling. And I run across this lady's video. Her name is, well, it wasn't her video, but the name of her channel was Atlanta Hair Doctor. And she was talking about how she has a multi-million-dollar company, but the title of her video was Share Your Story. So off bat, it spoke to me. So I went to listen to her video, and she was talking about the same thing that I always say, but she was saying, y'all share your story because you just never know who you could be helping out in the midst of sharing your story. Whatever it is that you went through, you know, or you may currently be going through, but you want to eventually come up out of the situation. Healing is a process. But to me, the first step to healing is getting closer to God. That's just point blank the period. If you don't have a relationship with God, you're gonna forever be lost. So that's what made me really gave me the strength to even start sharing my story. If you listen to my stories, it's a lot of hurt and pain from uh, family members, and I would say majority of it, I would say probably is because I didn't have many friends, and even when I was close to somebody, I didn't like it was never really just anything bad that I could say that really happened to me other than no friends hurt me as much as I was hurt by my family. I I I'm not really still too much affected by it. It's just the fact that, it's your family. And it was just, things that I knew, but I was hopeful for something good to come out of it. I was hopeful for genuine relationships. I was hopeful for since this is my family. I was hopeful for the love. I was hopeful that people would see me and would know that I am a girl, I guess, as a child. They would see me as a girl, young woman that is trying to navigate through life without the most precious thing to her, the closest thing to her, which was my mom. Everything that happened after my mom to me, it was cause and effect. It was like because I lost my mom, this is the effect behind it. Because who would have known how my life would be if I would have had my mom in my life? Like, I could have a totally different life right now had my mom been living. She was a very nurturing person. Now, I can't say education wise, like, I don't come from a family with big education, with a big education background. I do have nurses, and I have a couple nurses. Got people in the medical field. Got people who my cousin that was a sheriff. Got people that drive trucks. Like the generation, like around my generation, they did, a lot. I would say a lot more than the generation before. Probably our moms and my aunts and uncles and stuff like that. But we started to get better with my generation. But before then, a lot of education wasn't just forced upon us. So we had to, pretty much learn and want better for ourselves, in order to get there, you know. And I could say I could really give props where it is due, that I do have a lot of strong women in my family, and regardless of any situation, I don't see nothing that can happen to anybody in my family, especially female, that would allow them to not, you know, come out of it. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody believe in God, but I'm not sure really. I mean, it's just automatically that I think, but I don't know, really what people's prayer life is like, because it's not really just put out there like that. You know what I'm saying? For me to just know, but I just know and witnessed and know that I have witnessed a lot of situations, a lot of things that the females in my family have been through, that they always come up out of it and come out better than they were before, you know. And I give props what props do. I'm never that one to down anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I look, you know, to them for strength, and to them for guidance, and to them for um, you know, to help me to help me become a better woman, you know. But I can't say that family failed me, because it has been a lot of good things that has come out of it, but it was a lot of hurt and pain. A lot of hurt and pain. It was a lot. And with me thinking and putting my trust into them, and then turning around and seeing in certain situations where my family would choose themselves, they would choose um, somebody else, over me. I guess, I guess that what God was revealing to me. He had to show me that. He had to show me these things, that yeah, I took your mom. Well, I won't say I took your mom. I would say my mom was taken from me, and God had to show me how to become a woman without her, because I don't know if I would be in a better situation or in a worse situation if she was here. I just know at this point in my life, I'm in a place where I didn't feel like I would be, simply because I didn't work for it myself. But I always wanted a husband, and I always wanted to have kids with my husband. I wanted to be successful. I always wanted to, well, and my mom was a part of that too. Me get a job and take care of her and live happily ever after. Like, those was my hopes and dreams as a child. I never knew exactly what I wanted to do, but I just knew I wanted to be successful. And whatever success means to people, that is what, well, to me, because people have their different definition of success. But my definition of success was to be married, have kids, take care of my mom, live happily ever after. That's all I wanted. And but of course it didn't go exactly how I planned. It, it stopped when my mom passed. You know, it just took a halt then. So I've been in this world trying to figure things out um, myself, like going through situations, um, going through just all kinds of things with people and learning who people really is. Now I can't say I don't put all the bad I would say on my family because I know, like I said, I've said plenty of times before, some things that I've been through, I would say I caused it myself. I did, have a phase where, you know, I might have dealt with men that I probably wasn't supposed to, you know, not really fully taking care of myself the way I supposed to, not going hard for myself the way that I supposed to, um, just living to me under a rock. But soon as somebody called me, Nikki, you want to do this, you want to do that, drinking, smoking, you know, porn, like whatever the situation may be, I did indulge in all of those things. At this point in my life, I smell marijuana, I get a headache. I only drink. I'm not the person. I got a bottle of wine that my husband bought me. That been in my refrigerator for I don't know how long. I ain't took not one sip of that wine. Not one. It's not something that I choose to do. Um, Porn. I used to do it so much, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It was like I found myself. It's like you replace. When you don't want to think about other things, you just think about sex. And I think that's what I did. You know, being this, freaky young lady, whatever, whatever. Thinking that that's why I had to be. I had to do that, to be that way, to be sexualized for men and stuff like that. And at this point in my life, y'all, being that I got a husband who has been overseas, um, twice while we've been together. Then he just left for about 3 weeks. Like, I ain't that person no more. Like, and it's like, God dog, like, Nikki, I kind of feel guilty because I'm like, girl, you gotta do something to keep your man. But I don't got so used to just not having to and just going on about my day that I don't think, like how the old folks used to say, you think with your booty, with your private parts. I don't think like that no more. I honestly don't. I say if anything was to happen between me and my husband and we're not together no more, I can't see myself going back to how I used to be because I've learned to live without being that way. I don't indulge in smoking and drinking that'll cloud my mind to where I feel like I have to be that girl that I was back then. I don't do it. I really am trying to find the girl, the woman in me through God. And to me, that's the best way for me to live. Because living like how I used to live, it's not going to get me nowhere. Indulging in the things that I used to indulge in, it don't get me nowhere. Drinking and smoking and being around my family only got me in situations that I never wanted to be in. That's the only thing it ever got me. And you could be having a good time, but the smallest thing can turn a good time into something that is not even worth it. And then I'm the type of person that be looking like I don't even say much. When things go left, I just get on, honestly. Because it's like when you know the people that you're dealing with and you know their character and you really know how it is with them, ain't really no use to argue with people. You know what I'm saying? It's really not. It's not gonna benefit you. It's not gonna go nowhere because they gonna. First of all, people don't apologize when they wrong. Now I've had a couple times where I've gotten into it with family members and they have apologized. But the thing about it is, an apology really don't mean nothing if you'll turn around and treat me the same way. So I would rather just really be to myself and see people and love people from a distance. Probably show up, probably not. But even if I don't, that don't mean I don't like you. That mean I just want to be to myself and love on myself the way that I never loved on myself before. And I really just want to be out of uh, the mess. I really don't want to be. I don't want to live like that. Y'all, if y'all hear anything like a cricket in my background, I do have a bearded dragon, and we feed it crickets. So they kind of going off right now. So please don't mind the noise. But yeah. So you know, and but with all that being said, I'm just happy that I ran across that video because my daughter told me, y'all, she was like, Mom, I don't know. Maybe some people who might listen to your videos, I guess family or whomever, may get offended by some of the things that you say. And I was like, well, I ain't trying to offend nobody, but these are all my experiences. I ain't lie about nothing. I didn't lie about anything. You know what I'm saying? Um, People may have their own reasons as to why they may treat me a certain way, but nobody can ever say that I've been nasty or malicious towards them. You know what I'm saying? So whatever they choose to say their reason is, it could be their reason, but it will never be that I did something just totally wrong to them. Now, I'm not the perfect person. I have made mistakes, but um, when I consider a mistake something that you do one time and you don't do it no more, that's a mistake. And so I can say that I've done things probably one time to somebody that I felt bad about. I felt like my conscience was speaking to me, telling me I did something wrong, and I never did it again. So, you know, to me, that's a mistake. So if there is anybody in my family or whomever may listen to my video, and if I ever did anything wrong to you, I do apologize. You know, but like I've always said, I feel like the wrong I have ever did was probably not being a good mother to my daughter while she was growing up, and not being good to myself. Because everybody else, I really tried to be good to, simply because you want to have, like, your family is your family. And that's what people always say. You want to have good relationships with your family. So you try to keep the peace. You try to make everybody smile. You try to, you know what I'm saying, do what everybody wants you to do. People pleasing. I never thought about it that way. But now that I can say at this point in my life, if I keep saying yes to people, I'm people pleasing. Because especially if I'm doing something that I could be doing something for myself, but I'm choosing to do something for somebody else. I'm saying yes, yes, yes to them and no, no, no to myself. Then that's people pleasing, and I'm getting up out of that. I really am. But So, y'all, with all that being said again, I feel like what I'm doing here, I'm not doing nothing wrong. So even if somebody don't like my videos or get offended by anything that I've said, I mean, I could say sorry, but I'm really not, because this is my life and this is my story. And like I told y'all, I named the video, my channel, Dear Diary, Nikki versus Nikki, because this is all things that I have dealt with. And I'm using y'all as my diary to talk, because I really, I could write it down and make it plain, but it's just a lot. And instead of writing it down, I wanted to come on here. I wanted to have a channel that'll, reach young people coming up, revealing my story to people, showing how family is. If you're going through anything, struggling with family, struggling with men, maybe I could bring up more of my relationships that I've been in, or how I dealt with men, in times where I didn't, need to. I could bring that up, talk more about that. You know what I'm saying? Because it all contributes. I won't say it all contributes to what I am today. It ain't, because those things that I did is not who I am. It was just things that I did when I was smoking and drinking and being in the club. Because now with a sober mind, you can't catch me doing none of that. You just wouldn't do it. You wouldn't catch me do it. So, but like I said, I just really wanted to share my story, share my experiences, to reach out to other people. And with scrolling on Instagram and seeing her say that gave me confirmation of I'm doing the right thing. So, with all that being said, y'all, once again, thank y'all for all 70. I think I got 70 subscribers on my channel. I thank y'all so much for listening to my story. I would like for y'all to comment more, because when y'all do comment, I do try to respond to y'all comments, but I ain't had too many. You know what I'm saying? But it's not really, like I said, it's not even really about it's not about a monetary gain. It's really about who I can help. It's about who I can help, because I am a helper. I've been helping people all my life, even through my own pain. I can't see somebody else in pain if I could help. And that's something that I've always done. Just help. But now I'm trying to learn how to help through my own life experiences, and seeing who I can, maybe talk them out of doing certain things that really is not going to benefit them in the long run at the end of the day, So, y'all, thank y'all once again for listening to my videos and liking them, and the free comments that I have. Thank y'all so much. And if there's anybody out there that want to talk, you know what I'm saying? I'm always, if you come in on my video and I see it and you want to talk or something like that, you just need somebody to talk to, I'm always that person. Trust me, I talk to my daughter a lot. My little cousin that mom passed, I talk to her a lot. I even got an aunt that going through her little thing, you know what I'm saying? And I talk to her too, you know what I'm saying? But I know I do give people space at the same time. I ain't gonna just talk your head out. When I feel like you want me, you'll come to me, you know what I'm saying? So, I just try to be that shoulder that people can lean on when they need it. So, Y'all, thank y'all once again. And I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I ain't trying to make it this long, but y'all know I just be blah, 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 and it end up this long. Y'all have an awesome night. Y'all have a great and awesome Easter, y'all. I know some people getting up going to church in the morning, go to church once a year. I can't say that I am going to go to church, but I can say that I'm going to get my word in. Know that. So, like I said, y'all have an awesome day. Enjoy your Easter. Spring's break is over, so the kids go back to school. And hopefully by the end of this month, I'll be working and bringing my own moolah in. So y'all pray for me. And nah, y'all can pray for me, but I'm claiming it. By the end of this month, I'll be working and bringing my own moolah in. So that's gonna be a plus for me. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. But I'm really anxious because I'm stepping into something totally different than what I was used to doing. So I love the fact that I'm not settling for anything. I'm going after something different, and it just feels good, y'all. It does. So once again, y'all have an awesome night, and I will talk to you guys later. Good night.